Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me on this call today, our weekly call to inform you about the key capabilities of GoldMine. And today we're going to focus on user options, user preferences. Now, this presentation will be approximately 20 minutes or so roughly, so it's just an overview of your options and preferences in GoldMine. It's not meant to be in-depth training. My company, Wizard Systems, offer extensive training options for you if you need them. Now on the call today, and we've got over 40 people on the call today, we have attendees on different versions of GoldMine. Pretty much what I'm going to go through is relevant to every version of GoldMine, so don't worry if you're on a slightly older release there. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer those at the end of our session. I'll just read out your first name to protect your identity. And please, could you restrict your questions around options today? As I say, this is a weekly call. We do focus on different aspects of GoldMine, every week. So there'll be different topics up and coming. Also, this session is being recorded. After the presentation, you'll receive an email with a link to recording, and we'll put it up on our YouTube channel as well. Just a brief mention about Wizard Systems. We are a top supplier of GoldMine worldwide. We've been doing this for well over a couple of decades now. We've got any number of different services around GoldMine, implementation, customization, writing reports, integrating with other applications, writing add-ons to GoldMine. We provide extensive training. We can train you at your site. You can come to us. We're based in near Bristol, UK, or we can do training online, and we provide any kind of ongoing help desk support. We've got a fully manned help desk support team here. In fact, we've got a bigger help desk than the GoldMine people themselves. Okay, so let's dive into options in a little bit more detail. Just excuse me here while I just fire up my demonstration system. So here we are, GoldMine. And options, of course, is a way of you controlling how you work with the GoldMine application, your preferences, and you will access options either from your toolbar, or you can get to it from your edit menu at the top of your screen. So if I go through now just the basic things on options, things that with my use of GoldMine over the years I found particularly useful. So first of all, on the personal tab, your own personal details here, and the cursor's flashing in the job title field here. So this can be quite useful if you're emailing from GoldMine, if you have email templates, or indeed if you are creating letters from GoldMine using Link to Word. You can have GoldMine automatically populate your job title, department, your mobile number, and so on, your personal contact details. So there's a bit of a time saver there to maintain a company template, and those contact details merge in automatically to a template launched from the GoldMine application. On the record tab, how do you work with your main contact records here? So preferences on dark background or bright background there. Large font if you want a larger font display, larger text display. Nice useful option here, select contents of fields. So if I just click OK there. So if I click into a field to edit that field, it automatically highlights the content. So as I type in something different, it's a very quick way of doing that and can save a little bit of time there. And date formatting, obviously your own personal preference there, or your locality preferences. Top right corner, we've got zip postal code validation. This has been in GoldMine since since the beginning of GoldMine time, basically. You should really, for UK, European use, you should set it to no validation so that when you're creating your records or you're clicking into the postcode field, or it might be labeled up as zip code field initially on your system, depending on how you set it up, no offending little boxes come up to advise you of auto-populating city and state from that postcode. So it's normal to have no validation set there. And then contact window, what do you see? What are your own personal preferences as regards seeing the contact name or the company name there? Calendar, of course, nice graphical display showing you all of your activities ongoing and your preferences there as regards to start time, colors. More options here. We can display exactly what text appears on the calendar. You could also access your holidays here, your UK bank holidays or other countries here. As we can see, some countries actually have quite a few public holidays there. So that's where you can set those actual public holidays. And then your normal work days. Auto rollover. In this auto rollover section, this is allowing you to, as you log into GoldMine, it's going to gather together all of your outstanding older activities of this particular type and bring it forwards, change the due date to today's date. So I have some people use this feature, for example, on phone calls, so that they can see all of their phone calls for today. But the only danger there is if you are, just a word of caution there, if you are using GoldMine for tracking lots of follow-up phone calls, if you're a telesales person or telemarketing person, you're going to lose the original due date of that call. So just be aware of that functionality there. You're never going to lose the call, but when you look at the call and the due date of the call says today, 4th of August, you won't know whether that should have actually been done last week, last month, last year. So just be a bit careful with that option there. Scheduling, some options there on how you manage your scheduling capabilities and displays, and also how you handle activities when you complete them. A couple of useful options here is this one and this one, so that when you complete an activity, you'll be prompted for a follow-up activity. So there's always thinking from a sales point of view, you do one thing and you're being prompted for a follow-up activity. And also below that, carry over the notes from the previous activity to the new activity, so that this is quite a normal thing when you're using GoldMine, say, for tracking phone calls. You've had a conversation with a client, you pop those into notes, you schedule a follow-up call, the previous notes are brought forward. So again, it saves time when you're looking at your current call, you can see the previous notes there. Alarms, whether you have that alarm feature, lead time on alarms, taskbar notifications that will appear in your taskbar there, and sound notifications as well. Lookup, so how you search for information and whether your default lookup will be by contact or company. And then when you finish your search, the contact search center, where is it going to go? Email. Of course, this is how you set up your email options in GoldMine, and your primary account is displayed here with where are you going to get your email from, where you're going to send your email, where you're going to get your email. You can see here we've got support for POP3 and IMAP. And you can set up multiple accounts down here with this accounts button, and more advanced options on emailing are accessed through this button here, more options. Also, you will see a little checkbox here, use Outlook for linked email addresses. This will allow you to use the Outlook, the included Outlook integration for sending your email. So as you click on a client's email address, it will fire up Outlook and not the GoldMine application. Telephony, this allows you to control your modem or dialing capabilities. Not often used in my experience, but it's all there. And your SIP settings as well, that's to do with how you manage a soft phone on your workstation. System, for those people that may have used much older versions of GoldMine, you can revert back to the old, what's called the classic GoldMine menu there, and some other miscellaneous options. Spell check features in there, and your default dictionary, a number of different dictionaries there. And login preference as well. Again, not often used, and certainly if you don't know much about your login details, then you may have in your company a GoldMine administrator that will be able to set these up for you to define by default where you're going to go when you log in. So that's a quick run through there of user options. As I say, it's just a basic overview of some of the tabs there, just to remove any confusions you might have about your own personal preferences. If in doubt, always consult someone in your company that may have used GoldMine a little bit longer than you, or you may have appointed in your company a GoldMine administrator, or indeed come back to Wizard Systems ourselves. We'd be only too happy to provide advice for you. So I'd now like to open up our session to any questions that you may have. So please locate your question panel on your meeting box there, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you've got. So first question from Pam: how do you change the tabs you see on a record? Those tabs, there's a little button along the tabs. If you click on that little button, a side button there, allows you to see all the different tabs. It's a sticky setting, Pam, so when you've changed the tabs you see or don't see as you log out of GoldMine, when you log back in again, those settings are retained. So quite straightforward. Next question from Lawrence: can I hide records from users? If you mean contact records, Lawrence, yes, this is a feature of GoldMine called record ownership. By default, of course, this being a CRM system, we want to make information open to everyone, shareable to everyone. But if you do want to hide records or part of the records, this is a feature of GoldMine called record ownership. We may that's a very good idea for a future weekly call, that record ownership. Thanks for your question there, Lawrence. Next question from Jay: when will GoldMine be compatible with Windows 10? This is quite a common question, quite a regular question we're getting now on the help desk. I know Microsoft are doing some promotions around the launch of Windows 10. The lowdown is that we found here at Wizard Systems with a couple of people using Windows 10 already without any issue with the latest release of GoldMine, I should say, the latest release of GoldMine, which incidentally is GoldMine 2015.1. So make sure you're on the latest release there. But GoldMine themselves will be releasing in probably more of a major release compatibility with 2015, so with Windows 10. So please stay tuned there, Jay, for details, and catch our GoldMine blog. Our regular GoldMine blog does keep people up to date with the latest product news and hints and tips on GoldMine. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions coming through, so I'd just like to thank everyone for your time this morning. As I say, it was just a quick call to cover options. Stay tuned for next week's presentation. If you've got any ideas for future weekly calls on GoldMine features, please let me know. Tim Wilmot, tim@wizard-systems.com. And suffice to say, if you want anything, any service, any help, information on GoldMine upgrades, please contact Wizard Systems. We'd be only too happy to assist you. Thanks very much for your time and have a good day. Thank you.